Oh, ooh. You know, I still want to read his book. I haven't read his book. I have to read his book.
Me too.
I need to read Mein
I
Kampf.
haven't read it, but it's like I feel like it could be a read.
I just want to know what he was on. You know, like what was he on? What was his ideas?
Oh, he was on a lot of meth, dude. He was doing meth all day. Like actually.
Yeah.
Wait, he actually did meth? There's no way.
All
Hitler
Nazis
was a
did.
meth head. Hitler and most of the Nazis were meth heads, dude.
All the German army was in meth. That's why they could.
Yeah, exactly. They really, you know, that was part of the plan, you know, make everyone a meth head.
You know, okay, you know what I found interesting? You know Volkswagen?
Yes.
The car company?
Yeah, they were created for Hitler and his crew, but they are today, they're still here today and no one's challenging them, saying nothing. Like, I don't understand that. How is that going on, dude?
You see the pattern here, you know, the people in charge may change, but, you know, there's still somebody who keeps holding power throughout all these years. And who are those people? The capitalists.
George Soros.
Yeah, him too.
I haven't heard that name.
You know Hugo Boss? You know, they designed the SS uniforms.
Wait, really?
Yeah, man.
I didn't know that.
Fanta the drink. Was a response from it was a response by Nazi Germany to have a gasified soda when America would stop sending them Coke.
Yeah, Coca-Cola. And hey, one of the companies making the corona vaccine was also a pharmaceutical company in Nazi Germany that provided the meth for the Nazi army.
If I'm not mistaken, Bayer was was one of those that make the gas for the gas chambers.
Yeah. Now we have Bayer ibuprofen.
Bro, I don't understand, bro. You're right, Nikita. People just keep power. Even though it's a shift, people just keep power. I just don't understand that, though. It's kind of weird. It's really weird, man. But anyway, great stuff. Great stuff. We're going to transition to another article. This one's a CNN article. So be careful, okay? This could be very biased, obviously, towards the left, more central, as Nikita would say. Yeah, the liberals, not left, sorry, the liberals. So this could be more biased towards that. But I will read off.
I'm gonna radicalize you by the end of this level.
That's fine with me. That's fine with me. I'm just trying to learn as much as I go. You know what I'm saying? I like to learn. I like to soak up.
I'm joking around. You know, I didn't wake up and choose violence today. Today, I'm having a peaceful chat with the homies.
Yeah,
although political,
bro. Yeah, it's only political for this, isn't it? And then we're gonna do the peaceful ching. Don't worry about that, fam. Hell yeah. But I'm going to go into a little bit of this article for those of you who obviously can't read while we talk this. The article is titled, Trump lashes out at Republicans after they override his veto. So basically, the House of Representatives took a pair of votes Monday night with mixed results for the president. Conservative Democrats.
Sorry. What was the vote? What was the vote for? Maybe you can.
What was the votes for?
Yeah, like what were they voting for?
Oh, I'll get to that. It's going to come up in there. Okay, so conservatives joined Democrats in voting to increase coronavirus stimulus checks. But they also joined forces to override his veto of the massive defense bill. A solid rebuke and sign of his waning power, right? So in a series of Tuesday morning tweets, Trump simultaneously called on the Senate to uphold his veto of the National Defense Authorization Act, while claiming that weak and tired Republican leadership will allow the legislation to pass as is.
Oh, I think we have a vote coming in. So we got every single Republican voted for us. Whoa. Whoa. Wow. There's no crime, right? There's no crime. I'm the first person to ever get impeached and there's no crime. I feel guilty. You know what they call it? Impeachment light. It's impeachment light.
Now, my question is to you guys, does Trump look good as he's going out, as he's being ushered out? Because now he's attacking his own party. Does Trump look good as he's moving out? That's my question to you.
So you answered the last one. So first, so if you don't mind, I'll go ahead, Daniel. Yeah, I think he's doing what he's always done, and I think people that stood with Trump will still stand with Trump.
What would it take for Trump to lose your vote?
Nothing. There's nothing he could do to lose my vote.
What if he stood in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shot somebody? Would you still vote for him?
Absolutely.
Even if he got a tattoo on his forehead that said, "Sit here, ladies"?
Absolutely.
What if he turned out to have a tattoo of a swastika on his shoulder?
He probably does.
And you would still vote for him?
I mean, I got friends that have swastikas on their arms, so, I mean, and they're cool.
Because I personally know a very passionate Trump supporter myself, you know, and like the way he sees it is that Trump is just this like badass guy that, you know, will do whatever the fuck he wants to, and that's why he supports him. That's all there is to it. So then at the end of the day, it's a kind of like a personality, like an act, and he's still upkeeping it. So the people that like him for that, which is a lot of people, will keep liking him for that.
What about living in Europe makes you uniquely qualified to say that immigration doesn't work?
I was married to an Islamic man,
And
I've been suffering for 8 years trying to divorce him as he gets with other women and makes more children and doesn't pay.
Yeah, I mean, what else can we add, Nikita? Like, back to being like a sore loser who just wants to, I don't know, like a little baby who's having a little fit on the floor, you know? And,
But to add on to it, I mean, before the whole time when Trump was going through, you know, his 4 years, the Republicans were backing him. Now, all of a sudden, they're not backing his ass. What was the shift there?
You know what? So what if he wants to grab pussy? I want to grab pussy.
That's a no.
I wish I could grab as much pussy as he is. Grab it while you can, Trump.
What is it?
The pussy! Yeah, grab it all while you can! Except I can't talk like that in front of my daughter.
You just did. These things you say.
I think it's important to understand this, right? If Trump won re-election, the GOP would cease to exist, right? It would no longer be the Republican Party. It would be Donald Trump's party, right? This lack of a re-election for Trump was more of, instead of an election of Biden, was a rejection of the Donald Trump ideals. It can serve as a revitalization for the Republican Party, for a return to, let's say, the Bush son era. Fuck as that may be, but the fact that looks like a promising thing is pretty sad, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's why, right? Back before, all of these congressmen and all the senators required the Trump seal of approval in order to they themselves win re-election.
Yeah.
Right. Now that he's out and their elections passed, it's like that's what I believe, and I do agree with a lot of people who are speaking about this. Is that you will see a return, and this is what Biden speaks about a lot. Is you will see a return to the status quo that was in the Obama era and the Bush era, right? Of the Republicans playing their part, Democrats playing their part, and not really everyone having to think about who's at the White House all the time.
Yeah.
Right?
They still had better lives here than they did back in Africa.
As slaves, they had better lives here.
And there are some that would argue that. You can look that up. Their descendants, the descendants of those slaves, have much better lives here than the descendants of people who would have never gotten on those slave boats in Africa. And that's a provable fact, because we have given them all those freedoms.
I think that's exactly right. And it's like the reason a lot of people look up for Trump is like because of his like outrageous personalities, they think that he will get shit done. And that's something that the Republican and the Democrat Party just fail to do. They make all these promises, they make all this like bullshit like commitment, and then they don't get shit done. Nothing actually changes. And because Trump is so like, like, I'm gonna deport the Mexicans or whatever the fuck, it's like people think that he's gonna be the change. He's gonna be the man that will get shit done.
Well, I mean, he said he was gonna build a wall. Ain't no wall yet, homie. The wall didn't come.
It's like,
we're going to have strong, incredible borders, and people are going to come into our country, but they're going to come into our country legally. They're going to come in legally. We're going to build a wall. It's going to be built. It's not even, believe it or not, it's not even a difficult thing to do.
People like, they don't see it that way, I guess. They have like this blind faith. And it's like, again, the guy who is a passionate Trump supporter who I know is like, I told him, he's like, yeah, nothing, like if you look at the United States before and after Trump, like not that much change. And it's like, even it's like the Mexican immigrants, which was like one of his biggest things. It's like Obama has deported more fucking Mexicans than Trump did. So it's like, what's going on here, homie?
Right. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. We're going to move into some Brexit talk. Okay. We're going to talk Brexit. Brexit is about to take full effect January 31st. Huh? Everyone's excited. No, not 31st. January 1st. Sorry, not 31st. They left January 31st. It takes effect the 1st of January 2021. A lot of people are giving this a hell of a lot of noise because they're asking for a revote. My question to you is, because of what has already transpired and the year has already passed and the year that we've already have, shout out Corona. Not really, but you know what I mean. Do you think they deserve a revote, or is this their just desserts pretty much?
Look, as a proud, faithful citizen of the European Union, which I will defend till my dying breath. Yeah, like fuck them. They're not leaving shit. Like, this is a family, right? This is more of a family with like, you're tied down. This is not a family you can choose to leave. This is a thing you're in until your dying day. That's my belief, right? It was either hard Brexit or no Brexit. That's what I'm saying. And I think they should be allowed to revote, because the first vote wasn't an actual vote; it was a consultation, right? It was a consultation. There's a lot of misinformation. People didn't. The first vote was on either leave or stay. It wasn't really a vote on like leave on this conditions, leave on this conditions, stay on these conditions, or leave on the complete breakout, right? It was a yes or no kind of question. And if it does, given that it's going to happen, I'm also not really that worried, because Scottish independence could be a huge thing. So, like,
Britain will allow for Scottish independence, my man.
They're allowed to vote. They're allowed to vote pre-Brexit, I believe, or right after Brexit.
Yeah, what do you guys mean by Scottish independence?
Like, Scotland will declare independence from the United Kingdom and then join EU as an independent Scottish state.
That's what they're trying to do?
A lot of people have that idea in Scotland.
Oh, that's
so no. Maybe you see a free Scotland, a United Ireland.
Now that'd be amazing. Now, United Ireland is something I stand for any day, but
yeah, like, I mean, fuck, they've been on this for 4 fucking years. At the end of the day, the EU is going to be the same place they were beforehand. It's still going to be a free trade deal. Barely any changes to how things were before. They just want to have their their old colored passport, which is a bit of a bitch thing, anyways. And the British are just annoying by themselves. Like, holy fuck.
Do you think the British can thrive?
Before we get into discussion, let me just say something real quick. I'm openly an Anglophobe. Like, I don't fuck with British people. I'm sorry. Like, it's just the way it is. You know, I work with a lot of British people. Like, a lot of my clients are fuck British people. Like, I'm sure there's great British people out there, but it's like most of them are complete trash. And if I could go my whole life without dealing with another British person, I'd make that choice any day. Yeah.
Oh, Muppets on Facebook thinking you're bad, mate. I'll line every last one of your birds up and bomb them one by one. Fucking bear rat mush! I'm gonna get my Aprilla out and do burnouts on your front lawn, and then I'm gonna chuck mud bombs at your nan's windows, you silly bastards.
Wait. Ain't you working at Wagamamas, bro?
Yeah.
Wait, why? What Brits are there? You're in Netherlands.
Well, it's a restaurant that's British, that British people love a lot for some reason, and it's also at the central station of Amsterdam. So when all the British tourists arrive into Amsterdam, the thought that they go through their heads like, "Oh man, let's go to the coffee shop, smoke some bud, and then go get hammered in Wagamama, order some katsu curries, and harass the staff there because we can do that." And it's like, shut the fuck you, man.
Think I'm a fucking ding mush, eh? I'll grab your bird in headlock and I'll shave a fucking bald. You think you don't read my comments on Facebook? I'll take it out of that bonnet and carry on driving, you little dings. Whilst we're on that Facebook subject, this is a message for Phil Trout. You want to take piss out my curtains, mate? Have you seen State on Your Bird's beef curtains, mate? You can swing from flap to flap, mate, and they fucking stink. Kenzie Lee, Scummy Mummy Award goes to you, you little slag. When I see you at school in the morning, I'm going to take you out them PJs and them fucking Ugg boots and throw you in a fucking farm bush.
Wait. What's the worst story that's happened to you from the Brits at the job? I'm confused.
Oh man, it's like, I mean, yeah, like personally, like I don't get much shit because I'm a dude at the end of the day, and it's like I don't care whatever they do. It's like I'm just doing my job. But it's like they always like harass the female staff, and it's like it's out of hand, man. It's like one time there was like this boat party or some shit like that, and all of them. It was just full of British people, the boat party, not a single other nationality. In Amsterdam, a boat party full of British people. And then they all come back, like high as fuck, drunk as fuck. It's the morning, by the way. It's the fucking morning. They're all back, like having their brunch or whatever the fuck. Okay. And none of them know each other. And they're yelling across the entire restaurant at each other, like fucking throwing shit, like fucking monkeys. Like British people is like a... You know, society is progressing and the UK is going backwards. You know, every second we speak, the UK, you know, and everyone has this like view of British people as like this fancy, like, you know, people drinking their tea, you know,
especially
like,
America.
It's like, no, they're fucking savages, man. So you know what, Brexit, good thing, because keep those motherfuckers out. They should stay on their own shit little island.
That's fair. That's fair.
Islands are the best. Don't shit on islands.
Yeah, I like islands.
No, islands are chill, you know, nothing against islands, just this one island in particular. And then the Irish are great. The Scottish are probably great people too, but I don't understand what they're saying. I have no idea. Like, I don't understand. I understood Scottish English. I don't know.
How many people, what type of like nationalities do you mostly encounter in Amsterdam?
I'm guessing Dutch people.
No. Besides the Dutch, Besides the Dutch.
Yeah, the British, and I mean, it's like, it depends what you mean by nationality, because, you know, there's a lot of, the Dutch were also, you know, some rough motherfuckers, and they colonized a lot of people and enslaved a lot of people. So there's all the people that they enslaved are now also back here. So there's like the Surinamese, the Indonesian, great food. The Surinamese, amazing food they make. Surinamese, Indonesian people, like there's, who else did they fuck up, Daniel?
I mean, they got us. Shout out to Africa.
Oh yes, there's a lot of South African people here. There's a lot of South African, mostly white South Africans actually.
Yeah, well, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, low key.
My boss is a white South African.
Oh, true. Wait, what'd you say, Daniel?
And they also colonized the ABC Islands in the Caribbean and
Oh yeah.
Martin.
You work for a South African.
But no, it's Amsterdam is like a mixed bag of everyone.
Okay. What about you, Daniel? What cultures do you encounter mostly? Don't say Australia, please, for Pete's sake.
For the record, I love all cultures equally. I think.
Oh, me too, except for the English.
And how are you going to tell me to get a job when your dad's sat outside job centre picking up dockers in your sister's knickers? And if we're on about your sister's knickers, you want to tell Scruffy bitch to give them a wash? I put my hand down there other week, mate, pulled them down, bro. Fucking hell, I thought they were two-tone tiger stripes, mush. Fucking skidders all over them, dirty bitch, mate. She needs to put them in fucking wash.
You think you're sick though, man? You will know about it when a fucking Batista bomb your nan in the middle of Asda and show an eggplant up her fanny, the fucking dust bag.
Every culture is beautiful. Every culture's cuisine is beautiful. And that doesn't mean every culture's people are the best people in the world.
Okay, that's fair.
I encounter a lot of Southeast Asians and just general Asians.
Mm-hmm.
Southeast Asians never had a problem with any. Most of mainland Asia. Love myself, the Indians. Very smart people. But man, I've had some really bad luck with meeting some Chinese international students at uni. Like, they really do make my day worse.
I've never had to socialize with, like, they don't really, like, in my experience, they don't go out of their way to socialize with people other than Chinese people. I don't know if you had the same experience. Not necessarily a bad thing, just, you know, if I had a choice to not talk to other people, I would. But
in UK, I joined August 2019, and that's mid-year entry because all Australians enter in February, March. That meant that all my cohort was either Asian or a few internationals here and there. And in my cohort, I think it was at least 85% Asian, primarily Chinese internationals. And like Nikita said, like, they joined their own group, that's fair enough. Like, common language, different country, that's absolutely fair enough. Yeah. And that really started, then it started to be a problem. And so I started to like run into them in uni, and like people who had like such a bad level of English who just slowed down the class. And they make me jump through so many hurdles to prove my English competency, right? Even though I speak it, I think, on par with my Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, oh, they were they exempt from these tests? How did this happen? And that was the first year. The first year was like those slight, like, little inconvenience. Then this year, this one Chinese international student was in my group. Both of them actually. In a group of 4 people, we were paired with 2 of them because the way the uni worked is that there's the online kids who are overseas and then the local people who are face to face, and they paired 2 and 2. And my 2 overseas were both from China. And mate, they were copy and pasting everything. They're committing plagiarism, just outright plagiarism. That if I hadn't like double checked their work, right, we would have submitted something that was plagiarized, and we would have all fallen for it. And like, you approach them and you like confront them, and they just act like they're dumb and like they don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you think that like that was like one, you think that that's one event, but no. Like, I started talking around, and everyone's had these sort of inconveniences. Through our exams, like, it was very obvious and very clear, like, it's an open book exam, but the only rule is, please, like, do not like ask other students for help. Like, try to like, there was no way they could prove that we cheated, right? But they're like, yeah, like, you're allowed everything, just please like refrain from contacting other students.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone I knew, no one contacted any student, and these 2 kids were messaging everyone for help. Wow. Like, you're like, how did these people get here? And then it's not only the students, it's also the lecturers who just like don't speak proper English. And then they just like, they act like, it's more like they act like we are wasting their time. And I just don't think that's an approach to education, especially when you're getting paid big bucks, right? Mm-hmm. Like, any question is they're wasting their time. And I don't know, it could be just a misinterpretation of just cultural differences, that's just the way it is back home. But then again, in retrospect, you also have to say, if I'm an immigrant here, but they're also an immigrant there, and we both have to like try to like put in an effort to join either assimilate as possible to the current culture, or just come to like this like understanding of how we can work in order to everyone move forward in a country that is not our country of origin. Right. And I think that is not an effort that I see being reflected towards me.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the experience. But like, you know, like, love the Kiwis, love the Pacific Islanders. Yeah, there's a lot of Latins here. Not that many uni, but fun people. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Damn, I gotta travel, man. I'm sick of being here, man. I gotta travel. I'm sick of this shit, dude. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm South African, so technically I have traveled because of where I live. But I mean, like, I need to travel a little more because this place.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude. Literally. Yeah, we're all third culture kids. How sick is that? That's so dope.
But honestly, I'm having trouble with being the third culture kid. I don't like it.
Why? What's up?
It's hard to find like your identity, your footing.
Really?
Yeah, it's hard to feel like you're at home.
Ooh.
Anywhere.
Ooh.
It's like right now it's like I'm all alone kind of, and I have like some like friends, but they're not like, I don't have like I feel like when you're in one place for a long enough time, and it's like, especially if that place is like you're culturally like belonging there, it's much easier to form like a group of homies in which you feel like home, right? And it's like, I feel like that's why it's like one of the reasons I have like so much nostalgia for Uruguay and I want to go back there so bad. It's just like there I had like a group of friends, my family, and it's like it's something that felt like home. And it's like no matter how hard I try here, I'll always feel like a foreigner and an immigrant, and I don't like that feeling.
That's fair. Okay. I see.
I have to agree wholeheartedly with Nikita.
I agree with what when you said it doesn't feel like home, because it doesn't. It really doesn't.
No.
It's tough. It's tough out here, man. So wait, would you go back to Uruguay if you had the choice?
It's tough. It's tough. On the one hand, yes. On the other hand, it's like I know I will have to give a lot of things I've gotten used to in terms of lifestyle away. I know it will be rough economically for me.
Like the long hair.
To get a job there than it is here, and you get paid less. But then it's just such a warm place, like in terms of like soul, and literally warm, and it's a place where I feel like I could be home, and it could. So I'll see.
Then es frío. You're freezing.
Is it cold out in Amsterdam? Is that what's up?
Man. It's so cold, man. It's cold, and temperature-wise, I want to fucking die. Like I go outside to smoke a joint. It's like a whole like Arctic exploration adventure. You know, it's like right?
Okay,
And then it's like and then it's like, you know, the people are cold. Maybe it's because I don't know the language, but it's just like for me.
Wait, they don't speak English?
Of course they speak English, but you know, it's like you have like a group of Dutch people, they're going to be talking Dutch. And
okay.
It's like it's much easier for them to form a friendship in Dutch than it is in English. So it's like, the international kids hang out, the Dutch people do their own thing.
I see. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like you're more likely to gravitate to people who are, you know, similar to you, right? Yeah. Especially if you have aspects like, for example, same nationalities, guys speak the same language. Yeah, they're gonna most likely gravitate towards each other. And then if you're an international kid, you're just trying to make a footing in where you live. What's up?
But I also think international kids gravitate towards each other.
Okay, that's fair.
That's fair, yeah.
Few people I've met here who like lived in 5 different countries, don't really have a place, like they're from one place, but they don't really call that place home because they don't really call any place home. Like we have nothing in common but that. And for some reason, that commonality supersedes any other commonality.
Right. Then of course, I think that's true, but I feel like at the end of the day, it would be nicer to, you know, like eventually I'd like to find a place to call home.
That's fair. Okay.
And, you know, I could take all this, because, you know, even as far as like international kids, the international kids that I tend to make friends with are international kids who've lived in South America, or like my closest friends right now are like this. Like my closest friends outside the people I already knew from high school. So like Martin, even though but yeah, like there's like an American guy who's lived in South America most of his life, and a Mexican guy. So it's like, I feel like if you do end up finding a home, that would be a bigger gravitational pull than we don't have a home.
Okay. I see. Well, that's the end of the podcast. That's all I have here. That's all I wanted to run through. So I want to thank you guys, for being on the podcast. Thank you for everyone listening. Everyone, please show some love to Daniel and Nikita in the comment section. Okay, show some love. Throw some hearts up to all of them. I don't know. Do you guys want me to put your social medias in the description or not? Do you want people to follow you or not? I don't know.
Sure, man. Parrot stories. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. It's fine. You can put mine as well.
Bad. Go follow them. Okay, go show them some love. Go give them the follows. You know what I'm saying, and go comment, like their photos. You know what I'm saying. Parrot stories.
We're gonna build a communist insurgents movement, people. Let's go.
Yeah, what he said. Yeah, go ahead.
If any of my future bosses or just companies I'm applying for find this, just know this is not anything I've said is just not admissible.
Yeah, look. This is just us, bullying. Okay, chill out.
Yeah, I'm playing a character, guys. I'm playing a character.
We're bullying. Chill out. Like this is not us in a professional setting. Okay, relax.
All of us here were given a script, and we were forced to read of it. None of what I said actually represents.
Exactly. We were forced to read the script. Okay, that's all this was. Chill out. Okay, this is not real. We're just forced to read the script. But thank you. This was a great podcast. I'll catch everyone on the next one. Thank you for listening.